Hello, Fantastic Beasts fans. On the second day of Grindelwald, my true love gave to me 2 images of Corvus as a baby. But what can it mean? I'm Susan Chappell with Fantastic Secrets Behind Fantastic Beasts to bring you the clues.
Join me and other Fantastic Beasts fans here on the Beast Chaser Forum as we uncover the secrets, discover what's coming first, and play along with Rolling's newest game. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you'll be notified when videos post and won't miss out on the next clues.
Welcome back to the second day of Grindelwald. We continue our celebration today with another clue to the Crimes of Grindelwald. Every other day until December 24th, I'll be posting a short new theory. I'll also be offering giveaways, including Funko Pops and 3 Newt Scamander pins from J.K. Rowling's charity, Lumos. Stick around to the end of the video where I'll share how to enter. My copy of the Archive of Magic by Signe Bergstrom and designed by MinaLima finally arrived. And on the very first page, actually the prelude to the very first page, I found a clue. Look at this reproduction of the note left in the Lestrange family vault in the French ministry. I don't remember the note in the film saying that the Lestrange archive was picked up by a family member, but this one clearly does. What could it mean? For more insight, I consulted the screenplay, which is slightly different from the film in the details of what happens at the French ministry. In the film, if I remember correctly, we see Rosier walking alongside Abernathy toward the elevator. In the script, Rosier is waiting inside the elevator. To me, this makes it clear that it was Abernathy who retrieved the Lestrange archive. But why? We know from the later scene with Newt and Tina in front of Melisande that it takes a family member to retrieve the archive. Newt identifies Tina as Lita, so even though Venda Rosier most likely has a connection to the Lestrange family, it must not be strong enough to retrieve their tree. However, whoever Abernathy pretends to be is, but who is this older Lestrange woman that Abernathy is impersonating? My guess is Clarice Tremblay Lestrange, baby Corvus's mother. In his disguise, Abernathy is described as a genteel, elderly lady. If you look at the Lestrange family tree, not only is Clarice married to a Lestrange, she was also a Lestrange descendant by birth. She is the child of Leonie Lestrange and Bernard Tremblay. We know the French ministry keeps excellent tabs on the magicals within their jurisdiction, as Queenie coming to inquire for Tina shows us, so Clarice must still be alive. If so, Rosier would have been able to get a hair or something from her to provide for Abernathy's polyjuice, if that is what he used. So what would it mean if Clarice Tremblay Lestrange, baby Corvus's mother, is still alive? To answer that question, I want to show you something a bit odd about MinaLima's Lestrange family tree. There are 2 different versions. In this version, young Corvus is a blonde-haired baby, while in this one, not only does he have black hair looking more like Credence, but he's older, a toddler or young child. Why the change? Could this be another clue to the timeline difference from 1901 to 1904 and possible deleted scene that we discussed in the last video? As I said then, something fishy is going on. However, I'm not sure I buy the theory that Corvus is still alive. I'm not sure I don't. I haven't had time to really search for clues on it yet. But if Corvus still lives, do you think his mother may be able to identify him? One of the big questions surrounding baby Corvus's death is Yusuf Kama and his unbreakable vow to kill the person Lestrange Sr. loved most. Would Kama be aware if his vow has been fulfilled? This subject is not answered in the film by any of the characters, but there is no time. Immediately after Lita finishes her story, the door to the amphitheater opens and Jacob rushes through, the others quickly following. Earlier, both Tina and Newt recognized the unbreakable vow scars on Yusuf's hand. Scars suggested as permanent, but I truly don't know this answer. I went back to Half-Blood Prince to see if there was any indication with Snape, but didn't see any reference to it, which may have been only in the film anyway. What do you think? So while this change in baby Corvus's image is most likely just due to alterations made during the progression of the film and development of the storyline, there is a slim possibility that it adds evidence to our theory that Grindelwald manipulated the Lestrange family tree while it was in his possession. It may have been to hide the nature of young baby Corvus, or it may have been to remove himself from it. While I may not be sure whether baby Corvus survived, I do believe his mother still lives. Might she play an important role in a future film? As a last surviving member of the Lestrange family, she could provide critical information, especially if, like we've theorized in prior videos, Grindelwald is a member of that family. One more aspect to consider here is the role of Abernathy. Twice in this film, we've seen Abernathy impersonating another character. Grindelwald in the escape scene, and probably Clarice Lestrange Tremblay in the French ministry. Obviously, he has a skill for transformation. I could see 3 magical possibilities: a transfiguration spell such as Grindelwald used to impersonate Graves, the Polyjuice potion that Newt uses to sneak into the ministry, or he's a metamorphagus. At Macusa, Abernathy must have impersonated Grindelwald for quite a while, as he was the one to have his own tongue cut out, which might seem to rule out Polyjuice, especially when you consider that the person he'd be polyjuicing into still has his own tongue. Maybe this key clue points to Abernathy as a metamorphagus, and why he's so valuable to Grindelwald. While I'm not positive how Abernathy's doing it, I am sure we ought to be on the lookout for him in disguise from here on out. So, what do you think? Did we catch a glimpse of baby Corvus's mother? And do you think Abernathy is a metamorphagus? Please share your thoughts in the comments. And don't click off yet, because I'm about to announce the giveaways for my 12 Days of Grindelwald celebration. Also, please check out my new fan shop on Amazon for books and Funko Pops and wands and all things Fantastic Beasts. The 12 Days of Grindelwald will celebrate all things Crimes of Grindelwald, not just the man himself. To thank you for a year of wonderful community as we awaited this film together, I'll be hosting lots of giveaways for this channel subscribers, which will include 3 Newt Scamander wand pins, exclusively from Lumos. I donated and am sharing these pins with you, but please consider them in your season of giving as well. I've linked to Lumos above. Other giveaways will include Funko Pops, such as the Matagot, Chupacabra, and of course, Grindelwald. Entry is simple. All you have to do is subscribe, click the bell notification, and comment on any or all of the videos for the 12 Days of Grindelwald. The more videos you comment on in this 12 Days of Grindelwald playlist, the more chances you have of winning. That's it. Anyone around the world can enter, though be aware that it may take longer for the prizes to reach you. The deadline for entry is December 24, 2018. For a description of the prizes and a full list of how this giveaway will work, see the description box below.